I'm also talking about systems and basic humanitarian need. These are different sectors within our society, but in our capitalist society, they actually are supposed to all work in tandem. Okay? So, keep that in mind. Ways to recognize abuse as a consumer, as a person in your life, in a relationship. Pretty obvious. Like I said, I want you guys to go and look at the tools and resources that are available to you, as well as discussing it with local organizations that assist in this effort. Do it if you are doing it as actually a way out or trying to get assistance. I would be very careful about doing it, about monitoring your activities, because if somebody is abusing you or you're giving advice to somebody that is getting abused, they're watching that. You know, they are noticing what that person is doing all the time. Usually people that are abusive are incredibly controlling. That's part of the sickness. Okay, it's a sickness. Okay, it shouldn't be laughed or joked about. It's not something that you should minimize or say, oh, that's no big deal, oh boo. Okay, because it is a sickness. Yeah. Things that you can notice about that when somebody is lying. Like as a consumer, again, like free enterprise, okay? You have a choice when you go out and buy things if you're buying it from people that are lying. So, don't do it, you know? If somebody is lying to you. Manipulation, strategizing. Things seem to be too big. You get yourself into situations to where you're like, how do you get out of this situation? Because the power seems to be so prevalent that it doesn't seem like there is any reason to have communication. In other words, what is the underlying forces that are going on here? If you're asking questions like that, some kind of abuse is happening, okay? If you are feeling conflicted regarding humanitarian efforts, like if you're like, I really like those things, but at the same time, really don't like seeing people get tortured, those are not good. That should not be that way in your head. You know, it shouldn't be if, and, or but kind of situations. Period. The fact that you're having those indicates that's happening. Remember the one rule to this. The best way to deal with it is not to deal with it. Okay? Period. Try not to deal with it at all. Do the best that you can. It's not going to be a social movement. It's not going to be a see, I'm right. That is a not wise choice for your own personal, mental, psychological, physical, everything, safety. The best, most important decision that you can do is conserve your life, conserve your energies. And even if, like, people that are able to break free of those, they still have to deal with repairing those issues. So please go and you can find if it is safe, or you're just researching, just like I sometimes like do refreshers and stuff on it. Just looking to see, like, these are indications of it, or these are symptoms of it. You can go online. There are community resources available. Again, utilize the public resources that are existing in your area, whether that be like centers or your police station, saying they have those resources available. As far as lists or a contact name of somebody that can tell you, here are the symptoms of these, or here are signals that this could be happening to you or to your loved one. Don't continue. The one of the biggest things that I have that I'm really asking and pushing out there and kind of like forcefully is, don't continue the lie. Not as a consumer, not as anything, saying that it's okay. Doesn't mean that you have to sit there and force your opinion down everybody's throats, but don't continue the lie of saying that it's okay, or that that really isn't abuse, because it is. Okay? Don't continue the lie with your kids. Don't continue the lie in society. Don't continue the lie. It's really important. It's important to have a good free enterprise, a good capitalist society, a good working government, a good working relationships in your own life, and a good healthy self-image of yourself. Don't continue the lie that it isn't what you know it is. Don't do it for a job. Don't do it to make money. Don't do it to make your parents proud. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? There is no end game that ends up well for you. And anybody, okay? There is no justifying the ends there, or ends justify the means, or what have you there. There isn't. Don't reinforce the cycle to where that could happen to somebody else because they hear you say that, or they see that's what you're doing. It is a life or death situation. It's not a joke. I know that you can notice in me that I have this humanitarian part of me that's very, I want to help. And I hope that you guys at least notice today that I have an extremely strong business sense and strong sense within me. That person is inside of me, okay? All the time. Even in my humanitarian efforts, that person is in me. But I use it appropriately. All right? I use it when we are actually going toe-to-toe in business to create the very best quality of product. It is not for me to say, this is what I think that you should like because you're this age, or I am spying on you and listening to what you're listening to, or watching what you're watching, because I want to get to have a relationship with my consumer. It's not a relationship. It's me spying on you. It's not me improving the quality of my service. It's me spying on you. Okay? Period. It's me spying on you. That's abuse. That is abuse. It's not in order to help, me serve you better. No, that is me spying on you. No matter where that's happening in your personal life, your life as a consumer, your life as an employee, your life as an employer, your life within government, whatever you are in life, understand that somebody that is doing that is overstepping the bounds of it's abuse. It's clear abuse. There are aspects that I say okay with, as I've described, as far as with international security, okay? But corruption that occurs within state departments, or if that's not able to be seen or looked at, or if that's just real no, I mean, of course, everybody's going to say bring that out. We give up those rights in order to remain protected, not in order to get abused, just to get abused. If that's happening with your family, if your mom and dad are doing that to you, okay, know what it is. Know who they are. Know when other people are like that, who they are, and how nothing they are. If you truly have worth, you don't need to do this. Outside of being like truly a surveillance for government, like if you are responsible to make sure that people are not blowing up things, yeah. But no, if you are doing this means your quality is very, 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 very low. Last note here. I have fought with the toughest of the tough. Meaning, as a female, looking the way I look, talking the way I talk, and having the heart the way that I talk, or that I do, going up against people that do not give a shit at all, and you're never going to change that. If you are somebody that takes advantage of vulnerable people, people that can't, if you're a bully, okay, you're nothing to me. Because I have actually fought, okay? I stood up and fought for people that needed it. I actually fought. I didn't take advantage, okay, of people. I didn't learn that lesson to like if a man or a woman is abusive to little kids, you're shit. You're nothing. If a man is abusive to women and children, and they like surround themselves with women and children so they can bully them, you're shit. If a woman does that, like women can like do that. They can team up. They can feel abusive and team up with another person they feel is abusive, so they can like work together for being abusive. You know, like an abusive team. You're shit. Because I have fought a real fight for people that truly needed it, and not just taking advantage of people because I felt like I had a bad day. Not taking advantage of people that couldn't talk back, or that didn't have the education that I had, you know, or that were weaker than me, or littler than me, or a different gender than me. So I'm just trying to like manipulate with my like sexual guiles. That's why people that are doing that in business aren't shit. That are, you know, spying on you in business, they're not shit. They're not shit. They don't have anything. You know? All they're doing is stirring up discord at the most, which is very not sustainable at the most, but at the very like prevalent, everybody knows you're full of shit. You know, you're full of shit. You don't have any content yourself. You don't have any, you're like utilizing other people, and you're not even going to be able to come up with your own ideas. You're going to have to keep doing this. You know, that's why people are faking you out. And if you're doing it as a way to, good luck with that. Hasn't worked. I am saying this stuff to people because I want you guys not to be in that situation. Be aware when people are doing that to you. Be aware when that's happening to you. So that you don't fall into that hype. When you have a true quality, you're not spying. When you're really strong, you're not sitting there going, I'm so strong, you know what I'm gonna do? When you're smart, you're not saying, you wanna see how fucking smart I am? Okay? And when you are worthy, I'm gonna do stuff. People should do stuff for you without saying, and that's gonna be another $5. We have a capitalist society. That's okay. But when people milk that and everything costs $2, $3, $4, people think that the only reason that you can show worth is through charging. The reason why I would massage lotion on somebody's hand is because they are worth it. Not as a business person, but because they were getting abused and they needed to know they could get that from me for free because they are invaluable as a human being. They have dignity as a living thing. When you don't have that, or you don't promote that in society, in a capitalist society, or any society,